Boom. Hey internet, this is the dark hallway when everyone's left work, but the light is obviously still on in my room. So want to do a quick video about designing for an international audience. A lot of brands from like a smaller town or anyone that's not in a main city, right? If you're not from LA or New York, will ask if I think a brand could pop from a small city. I did a video around this, but my answer is yes. I totally believe it, and it's happened before where people have launched a brand from a smaller city. In some of those scenarios, it gets eaten up by a bigger brand, or someone purchases it, or there ends up being something where you partner with someone for distribution or different things, depending on how big you blow up the brand. But in any case, in this day and age, I do think it's possible. And so for this video, I just want to talk about like designing for an international customer, and really that has to do with like your seasons as well, right? So when you put your calendar together, it's important to think about local things and local holidays and that sort of thing, but it's also important to think about customers abroad. One example I'll give you is back when I was at Arisu, we had customers that felt our jackets were way too thin, right? So we needed to make, because we had distributors in Russia, and just anywhere where there's real cold, right? Obviously, where every company I've worked for has been based in Southern California, where we don't get real cold, right? None of that cutting straight to your bone cold. And so also with offering a heavy jacket, so we had to create at least one jacket within the offering of the tier that is really thick. Something that you would never buy in California, but we had to keep it in mind because we're losing sales in places like Russia and other places, Japan, any place where it snows, to have a really thick jacket to compete with other people who are in that category, or even to take some market share for that. The other thing that I want to say is like in places like Australia, for example, or Brazil, where the seasons are reversed, is something to think about too. So like when it is summer here, it's winter there, and that sort of thing. So just kind of like diversifying your line. Now I realize this is like a bigger problem for a multi-million-dollar company, but if you're a smaller brand, it's something to think about too, because if you're launching out of the gates, you don't want to do something that's so local that it alienates anyone that could be a customer, like in London or in Japan, or enter any other major city that's in the world. So think about that when you're putting your production calendar together as well, and when you're thinking of putting your product SKUs together for launch or for the actual inline, if that makes sense. Hope that helps. As always, any questions, anything you want to talk about further that might have sparked an idea during the video, drop it all down below. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.